Hello, I'm Micks Mowers and Mower Man, and welcome to my channel. In today's video is day 1314, which is the last day of the Wickes kitchen install, where me and Mrs P have had our kitchen completely renovated from scratch. New plaster walls, electrics moved, water moved, everything. And now we're in the final day. All the boys have now left. We have had one or two little tiny issues, but the boys have come up absolute trumps, and I'll go through that with you later on, because I want to be open and honest. So the kitchen has come in around about 20,000. That's what it's coming at all in. So there's a straight up forward honesty cost. That's how much this kitchen has cost me, about £20,000. And that's everything to include the kitchen itself, the installation process, the design, all the labour, the plasterers, plumbers, tilers, you name it, all the extra little jobs where Simon had to nip down to Wickes to go and buy a lump of wood or whatever, all the extra bits and bobs on top. The whole lot coming at around about 20 grand. Which is about right. I've been speaking to some people, maybe saying a kitchen about 3 or 4 years ago was about 15 grand. The price of timber going up bits and pieces, it's what it is. So and with VAT as well. So there you go. Kitchen is now all done, finished. One or two little snags I've got to do, but I think maybe one of the tilers or one of the guys knocked the paintwork yesterday. But it needs to have another coat of paint anyway, because we've I only gave it 3 and the walls have been recently plastered, so I want a bit more paint as well. So we'll put another lick of paint on, and there's just, as I say, just one little tiny areas that I need to do. It's my snagging jobs, not the guys. So anywhere where there's a bit of paint missing, that's down to me. But there you go. So far, let me just walk you around, because it does look absolutely spanking. I'm going to turn the main lights off at the top, okay? Just to sort of show you. Let me take it off the old tripod perch. Right. So come on round. So all the plinth lights have now been fitted. They're all on. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we've got 12 plinth lights, and they're located and operated via this switch here on this one here. So there's the plinth lights, which are quite nice. And we also have the under counter lights, 2 bulbs underneath here, situated there. They're LEDs, and also there as well. And at night time, we like just to turn all the lights off, apart from the plinth lights, and just have the plinth lights shining across the kitchen. It saves money and all that sort of good stuff. So we're absolutely super happy with that. Absolutely love it. But with the kitchen all lit up lovely, you can see the finished product itself. Boiler's all been done. All the extra boarding in the last video, just the few bits and pieces that were missing up the top here, that's all now been done. Looks nice. All the cornices all finished off and done. All the ceiling's been painted. The little tiny bit I had up here, leak up on this roof, that's been done. I've done that. A bit of stain block, that did very well actually. Radiator's been put back on. I've just finished doing the wallpapering, which is quite nice. We've gone for a 3D effect metal brickwork on there, and I put this nice big clock up on the wall, which needs to be done again. I'm not happy with it because my 5 and my 7 are not level. See that? My 5 and my 7, one's higher than the other. It's really hard because they don't give you a standard template so much to fit it, because they give you like this paper thing that goes on, but of course the numbers are different shape, so it's difficult to get it done fully. What you should do is get a big stencil. That'd be lovely. But there you go, that's what it is. And it says time spent with family is worth every second, which I 100% agree on. So that's good. All the tables, stools, they're now all done. So I didn't show you earlier on this one here, on this peninsula baby. We also have an under storage cupboard as well. So that's got cupboards underneath there. So for all you like your Christmassy sort of stuff, the stuff that you're not going to really use a lot, you can put it under the table out the way. You only get it out once a year. So yeah, that's all done. That looks nice. In hindsight, should have had a waste paper cupboard for the bin, but it's just one of the things we didn't. All the stools are now in. I need to get another couple of stools. They come from the range. They were 100 quid a stool they were. They weren't cheap at all. In fact, I was quite disgusted by it, to be fair. But they are good quality stool. All the fridge has now been finished off. All the doors are on there. All looks good. Look at my fridge. Yeah, there's my fridge. All lights up. All looks good. Yeah, lovely job. In hindsight, again, we probably have gone for a slightly larger freezer. The freezer's not very big. It's just, you know, it's just the little things you don't think about until you have it done, and by then it's too late. But we have got an option, because the ironing board cupboard could possibly come out and have it revamped to have a wider fridge put in, possibly, if we need to. But all it is that, you know, we're quite a biggish family, and we went from American fridge freezer to one of these, and it's just a little bit smaller than what we would like. So at the moment, we've got the American fridge freezer in the conservatory. Mrs. P's gone out and she's bought all matchy. So we're all matchy with regards to the handles and with regards to the coffee, sugar, and malarkey, and all the cups. Nana's cup's disgusting. Look, Nana, there you go, it's your cup. Toaster as well. We've got this from a Tower range, which all match. We've got the bread bin, and we've got that as well. And I think we've got the utensils as well to go with that. So that's all nice. I need to get a knife set as well. We'll do a knife set. So that's all good. Oh, we did also get the saucepan set as well. There you go, new saucepan set as well in there. Matchy. So that's all good. So, washing machine's all been linked up. Tumble dryer's all been linked up, and all the sockets are all inside the cupboards, so that you don't have, you know, leads facing everywhere. All the painting's been finished apart from just one spot. I've got to do the doors. I've got to do the architraves. They've got to be done. All this woodwork's all got to be done, and another lick of paint all the way around. That's got to be done, because you can see it now. But we've had all new doors fitted, but just never got around to painting them. So that's done there. And anyone with a sharp eye would have noticed a change already. There has been a change. I've got to do a bit of painting just down here, I believe, also down here. Well, down there. Hi, Pip. You asleep? You doing asleep, Pippy? You shouldn't be asleep, dog. So the change is the floor. We had a brick bond floor, which was really nice. I liked it a lot, but actually it's now in a column structure. Okay, it's now in columns. And the reason being is, and I'm going to be open and honest, okay, because I really want to be, because the guys worked really hard in this kitchen, and Simon in particular, he worked really hard in just not just fitting the kitchen up, but actually in organising all the work that had to be done to coordinate the whole lot, yeah? So, Simon and his boy worked really hard doing that. Now, in between that, we had plumbers in, we've had electricians, we've had plumbers, electricians, we've had all them boys come in, and then the tilers came in. Now, Kyle, the tiler, he came in, and he done the floor, and he done the walls. But for whatever reason it was, and we have since found there's been two reasons. The first reason is the adhesive that they were using, there's something wrong with it, because when they came back to renew the floor, the adhesive had stuck to the tile, but it hadn't stuck to the floor. It just hadn't stuck. And Simon's boys have put the plyboard down. So I rang them up and said, I really am not happy with this floor, because it's starting to move. You can feel it rocking, and the grout was all coming out. And I thought, oh Lord, what's going on? So Simon and a bloke called Peter, the boss, come down, and within minutes of Peter turning up, he said, nah, it's all got to come up, mate. Something's not right here. So Mrs. P was devastated, because obviously brand new kitchen, and we hadn't been in it a week. And the floor's got to be ripped up, and it wasn't a cheap floor. But Peter said, because, you know, obviously it's a failure on his side, he did it free of charge. So he completely renewed the whole floor for nothing. So hats off to Peter the tiler. I will try and leave a link in the description for his company. Nice fella, really approachable. So he bought a bloke, I think his name was Stella. He came in, he laid it with a different kind of adhesive. And then Kyle came back in the following day to grout it, do the upstands. There was a bit of tiling down the edge he had to do, and what have you. And Kyle was really upset. That the floor had failed. But in hindsight, the other thing is that also failed is that the tile, when you put them face to face, there was a rock on them. So they were actually quite an expensive tile. They weren't cheap. Let me try and show you. They're not expensive. They weren't a cheap tile, and they're really good quality tile. But the quality control in the tile is not good. Now, whether these are mass made in in India. Let me go grab one of his tiles and I'll show you what I was shown by Peter, because I'm not a tiler. So, right, let me show you this. So, with the tiles face to face, there it is. You hear this, ready? And let me get it. The tile is rocking. Can you see that? Try and get it. Can you see that? How it rocks? Now, that's supposed to be flat, okay? So if I put the tiles on a flat surface, see how they spin? Listen, there's a rock to them. And that's not me rocking them on this thing here, but that's as is, that's level, right? That ain't going nowhere. But when you put them like that, there's a rock to them. So Peter was saying that it's not actually Kyle's fault, any way, shape or form. And he was sort of set up to fail, because the tile, and this is a problem when you buy tiles from big companies, is a quality control in them. Look at the gap. That's supposed to be flat. Should be flat. So if I push that down, right, come over the other side. Let me push that down, I'll show you, all right? So that should be flat, right, like it is there. Come over the other side without moving it. Look at the gap there. Yeah? So you can see how much they rock. So poor old Kyle, he was devastated. He was really, really upset with himself. And I think he was quite hard on himself too. And he didn't need to be. So Kyle did come back in and try to just replace one of, we thought originally one or two tiles had just come loose. So he replaced a few here and a few there, regrouted them, blah, blah, blah. But unfortunately, they'd changed the batch number on the tile. So the new tile he got in was like 2.5 mil too long and 3 mil too wide. So we had to cut them to get them in. And then I said, I'm not happy with it because we've got sharp edges now. And I'm just, yeah. But by this time, I'm not losing my rag at all, because I really was level-headed. And Simon was absolutely fantastic for the whole process. I said, Simon, I'm just not happy. And you know, I've got this lovely kitchen. And I've got a floor which I'm not happy with at all. So between him and Peter, they had a nice chat. They come and see me. We had a quick little chat around. And Peter said, do you know what, Mick? No, we're going to take the whole lot out and we're going to do it all again. So just something to bear in mind, okay? Because I would not want that to happen to anyone. And it's not a negative on Simon. It's not a negative on the tilers. It's more of a negative on Wickes. If you're going to sell a tile for, if these were 20, 30 pound a pack, these were. If you're going to sell a tile, make sure they is level, because they're not. They're 100% not. They're out by, that's about 3 mil there, which is not a lot, right? And you may say, you better lose that, Mick, blah, 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 blah. No, you can't, you can see it. And the problem is where you had it in a brick bond format, you could really see it. It was bad. And I sent it to Peter and I sent it to Simon, and they're like, oh my God. And it looked like really shoddy workmanship. But in fact, Kyle just really struggled because of a brick bond pattern. It just enhanced it. It made it look really bad. Now, I wanted a brick bond. And Mrs. P said, I don't mind, as long as I've got a nice level floor and I can clean it and it looks nice, I'm happy. So I went with Mrs. P and we went for columns. And it is growing on me. It is growing on me, but I prefer the brick bond. That's just my own preference. But if we were to have the brick bond, I'd have to have chosen a different floor tile, which I didn't want to do because I want these tiles, so I couldn't have best of both worlds. And I could have gone back to Wickes and say, look, you've got a quality control issue. You've got to sort this out. This is what I want, and it might have taken a month to sort that out. So anyway, quick slurp of coffee. But we're there now. So everyone is now enjoying this lovely spanking new kitchen. I'm happy, Peter's happy. I had a chat with Kyle yesterday when he was here to finish off. He wasn't happy at first, but he's now very happy. He now knows the fault was not him. And as you can see, the floor is now nice and level, as it should be. There's no dinks on it. These have real big edges. The grout is holding. By now, the grout would have fallen out. This is 2 days old, and this grout had already come out, especially over here. It's starting to fall out, and it's not. It's holding now. They use a different adhesive, and it looks much better. All the upstands have been done, and it's all been corked going around. Got a bit of dust and do because it's just been very dusty in here. Got a little Pippi dog. I say hi, Pippi dog. Pippi. Say hi, Pippi. You want Pip? She's tired. She's having a phantom pregnancy at the moment. So yeah, super happy. Light switch over here now controls the lights in the house, which we didn't do originally. So that's all been done. Yeah, man, it's good. We've been busy cleaning windows because they were filthy because of all the dust. I've now got to sort out this area. That's next to be sorted out because all the building work's been in here. So hindsight, would I change anything? Wallpaper, look, we're gonna put a mirror up here. We're gonna put like a Saxon, I think it's a Saxon, not quite sure, big church mirror in here. That look nice. So pros and cons. What do I like? What didn't I like? And I want to be honest, right? I want to be really honest because you're spending a lot of money, right? It's not a cheap process. So pros and cons of having a Wickes kitchen install compared to others. Now there are other companies that do a kitchen install, and generally their cabinets come pre-assembled, for another word. That's one problem because you've got to have room to have all the assembled cabinets. Now I had everything in there unassembled. So pro and con, if you've got the space to have pre-assembled, that's good. If you haven't got the space, you need to go with something they assemble as they go. This took from day one, start to finish, kitchen install, 14 days, not to include then coming back for a further 2 days to do the floor. So it's 16 days of total upset. Within the first 7 days, we had some utilities back in the room, a washing machine we could use, the sink was up and running and what have you. So you will be out of utility use for about 4 to 5 days, something like that. Would I recommend a kitchen install to anyone else? If you have someone like Simon, yes, I would, without a doubt. He is on his game. He is on time every single day. You can text him at 9:30 at night. Simon, got a problem. This isn't quite right. I'm not happy with this. And within minutes, he had responded and put things right. Wickes do a kitchen installer experience centre, where they're supposed to ring you up and say, how's it going? Are we on track? Is there anything you need, anything you want? They rang me twice. So really negative feedback to Wickes. Your kitchen installer hotline, whatever it's called, the experience one, not good at all. In fact, very poor. They still haven't got back to me about have we completed and what have you yet. Still haven't done that. I've had to ring them to say we have finished just so Simon can get paid. And that was the problem we had, is that if Peter didn't want to do the floor, if he said it's not my fault, you walked on it or whatever, then Simon even said, if needs come to it, Mick, I'll pay for a new floor myself, and what have you. So yeah, he was really supportive throughout. Can't do enough, say enough about Simon. Peter, Tyler and his company, fantastic. Kyle, and I'm sure his name was Stell, he was really, really good as well. Very professional, very honest, very clean, all the rest of it. Can't knock the tilers. The plasterers come in, absolutely smashed it out. Fantastic quality of work. The electrician, absolutely brilliant. Mark, I think his name was. Within 2 days, I had all the paperwork emailed over for proof of work that had been done and changes to work that had been done. The plumber was Simon, did a bit of plumbing on the stop clock, and then Ashley, my plumber, did the radiator as well. So yeah, no problems there. We've had no issues at all. All the appliances and all the cupboards under a year's warranty as well. So yeah, super happy. The biggest problem we have now is dust. It's just trying to get rid of the dust. So just bear that in mind. It's not a clean experience when you're doing the whole kitchen start to finish. It really isn't. When you're ripping all the walls down, replastering and all that sort of stuff, and ripping the floor back up was really messy as well. So just bear that in mind. You might want to get some plastic curtains up. But now we just got these big wipes and we're just wiping everything down. Just keep going. So yeah, super happy. So a brand spanking new kitchen, which is what Mrs. P has always wanted, a brand new kitchen. She now has it. We have 2 of these lovely areas where we can sit down, peninsulas, sit down, breakfast bar and normal bar. We have loads more countertop space. Everything matches. Everything is new. Super, super happy. Yeah. So I would rate, you know, the whole experience. I would rate it, if I had to rate it over everything, I'd probably rate it about 8.5 out of 10. Only because there are some negatives in there, and it is mainly on the Wickes side of it, not the installer, not the labourers, anything like that. It's mainly the Wickes' quality control. That is the biggest issue. I mean, I paid about £600 for all the tiles total, and to have a tile which has got that massive bump in the middle, it's not designed like that. It doesn't say it's got a bump in it. That's really bad, really poor. The kitchen installer experience team, not Simon, the call centre, they never got back to me. Really poor. I had a problem with the kitchen freezer door. It had a dink in it, and Simon said, I can't fit that little dink there. I didn't even notice it. Simon spotted it. And we had to have 3, even maybe 4 doors sent to us, and every single door that was sent to me for Simon to fit had a dink in it. I took down a tip. So it's the quality control is what I'm on about. The quality is good if they controlled it, but they don't control the quality. So that is just something. If you've got someone like Simon in charge, you won't go wrong because he won't just say, "I'll put that up, stuff it, hide it." You know, but none of that. If it don't look right, he won't fit it. So yeah, about 8.5 out of 10 for the whole experience, but for the labourers, electricians, plumbers, and the kitchen installer itself, 10 out of 10. Can't fault it. The craftsmanship is absolutely fantastic. The communication, again, fantastic. Just cannot fault them, and I won't. So super happy. So there you go. One brand new kitchen for Micks Mowers and Mrs. P, and we got it done just before Christmas. We are now the 1st of December. Obviously, this has been done a little while, and you've been getting videos out once a week sort of thing. But this has now been, the tilers went yesterday, and they're all finished, so we're all matchy. As I say, beautiful looking kitchen. It was just another paint job, because there's just a few little dinks, like where the plumber come back in, and he had to muck about up here, so he just dinked it. That's all he's done, just a little dink. So all that sort of stuff, just got to sort those bits out, which I can do, and little bits where I've painted, I've made a mistake, gone over. It's little things like that wind me up. Okay, so I've got that I've got to do. But yeah, man, what do you think? What do you think, guys? Give it a mark out of 10 yourself in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think about the kitchen, because once it's all done, all been painted down here, all the doors and whatever, all woodwork. Once it's all done, it's going to look absolutely spanking in here. At night time, as I say, you turn the lights off. At night time in here, that looks absolutely beautiful. So there you go. Give us a mark out of 10 for what you guys think. Would you or would you not have to do it yourself? Would you rather fit the kitchen yourself, or would you have a company in? Me, I'm not a kitchen fitter. I repair the railway. I couldn't do what Simon done. There'd have been bits and pieces of hammers and nails and all sorts everywhere. So, would you do it yourself, or would you get a firm in? Let me know. Bear in mind, this is a 14-day experience. If you're doing it yourself, it might take a little bit longer with no help. There's just 2 kitchen installers throughout the whole process. There were 2 tilers, 2 plumbers, 2 sparkies, one of mine, one of his, and Simon did a little bit himself on plumbing as well. And that's about it, so there you go. Kitchen is now done. Mrs. P's happy, I'm happy. I'll go and pick Riley up from school. He's on a half day today. Pip's fast asleep. So there you go, one kitchen all finished. If this is the first time you're watching Micks Mowers and Mower, hit your subscribe button, whack the old bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told next time I upload a video. I look forward to seeing you guys and girls next time I see you very, very soon. But until then, don't forget, take it easy.